Hey guys, Julian Lallo here, Melbourne-based food and fashion photographer, and today I'm going to take you through what's in my camera bag for 2021. So if you've been watching my channel since the last video, the 2020 version of the what's in my camera bag, thanks so much for sticking around, and if you are new to the channel, welcome, and if you do enjoy this video, help me out by hitting that subscribe button. So getting straight into what's in my camera bag, for this year, I want to start off with the camera bag itself. Now, I use two bags, one of which you would have seen in my last video, and one is new. Now, the one that I've been using now for over a year is the newer roller bag. The way it sounds, it is a little suitcase type bag with wheels on it. I'm getting old, my back hurts, and when I'm carrying too much kit, this just really saves me. This is the bag that I use when I'm pretty much staying on the one location, shooting in a restaurant, a studio, not moving around too much, but I need to carry a couple of bodies, a couple of lenses, maybe a laptop, and it's got pull-out handle, wheels on the back, and on the inside, it's like pretty much any other camera bag where you can just reconfigure and make it work best for you. The other bag I'm using is a backpack. Now, I have switched backpacks in the last year. I'm now using the Crumpler half camera bag. Now, like it sounds, the top half is a normal backpack, and the bottom half is your camera bag. So it fits one body, two lenses, and the reason I like this one is because I can carry a jacket with me. If need be, I can throw the drone in the top half of the backpack, but for when I'm not carrying much kit and I'm moving around a bit, this is really comfortable. It also doesn't look like a camera bag, so I really enjoy this one. Now, moving on to the exciting stuff. The biggest change in my camera bag in the last year is that I parted ways with my beloved workhorse, my 5D Mark IV. Now, this was a really regretful sale, but I got rid of it to upgrade to the Canon EOS R5. Now, the R5, in the few months that I've been using it, I've absolutely loved it. The image quality is super sharp. It is amazing in low light. The inbuilt image stabilization is really spot on. So for low light, it's really great. I can shoot that little bit slower, and I know that I'm still going to get a nice sharp image. In terms of its video, it also handles the low light much better than the R did, which I predominantly shot most of my video on prior to getting the R5. So all in all, so far really happy with it. I may do a video down the track on my thoughts on the R5, maybe after I've been using it for a year or so. The second body is the R. Now, this has just become a bit of a backup camera for me. I shoot a lot of my B-roll on it, my BTS, when I'm vlogging, and I'm using the R5 as my main camera. Now, if I'm being honest, I would have much rather keep the 5D4 as my second camera over the R. I much prefer it as a camera itself. Having said that, I just feel that with the R5 being my main camera now and slowly switching over to all RF lenses, it just makes sense to go mirrorless with both of my bodies and RF with all of my lenses. Now, I don't have any RF lenses yet. I'm still using the adapter. I have two of them. One is the one with the control ring, which is on the R5 right now, and the other one is just a simple EF RF adapter. So moving on to the lenses, as I mentioned, I'm still shooting all the RF, and I'm going to start with the lens that is on my camera most of the time. If I had to choose one lens for the rest of my life, this would be the one, and that is the Canon 24-70 2.8. This is the Mark II edition. For me, I shoot everything with it. I shoot fashion, I shoot food, I shoot landscape and travel with it. It's just super versatile, and for me is my one-stop lens. Moving on to a new lens that I've just added to my camera bag, and I have made a video on it previously. That is the 100mm 2.8 macro lens by Canon. This is a really great option to have a lightweight telephoto lens in your bag. I've been shooting both portraits and food with it to this point and absolutely love it. It's really nice and sharp, and having that macro capability is fantastic. Now, the other three lenses in my kit are really seldom used. Now, this video has actually made me think about what I actually need to keep and kind of part with going forward, because I've realized I have a lot of kit, and what I've probably mentioned to you already is what is in my bag most of the time. That's pretty much doesn't change. I could go and shoot anywhere or anything with those two lenses and those two camera bodies, and specifically just the R5, not even the R. So the other lenses I do have though, which sometimes come with me depending on where I'm going. I've got the 16-35 2.8 by Canon. I bring that with me if I know I'm shooting landscapes. I also use it for a little bit of video, especially when I want to film myself, because it does go nice and wide. I've got the Canon 50mm 1.2. This I'm probably going to get rid of and buy the new RF Nifty 50, mainly because of the size and weight. I don't use this enough to warrant keeping it, but I still would love a 50mm prime lens with those nice low light capabilities. So I think that RF Nifty 50 is probably a really great option because it's nice and small, lightweight, and it doesn't cost a lot of money for a lens that I don't use a lot. The other one, which I'm thinking of swapping over also, is the Canon 70-200 2.8 lens. This is the Mark III. It's an amazing lens, but it is super heavy, and like I said, I'm getting old. I have a bad back, I've got ribs that pop out, and I don't carry it around with me unless I really, really need it, which isn't all that often. So again, I'm thinking I might sell that one and go to the RF lens, which is much smaller and more lightweight. Off the camera gear now, that pretty much covers everything, and onto the drone. It has changed in the last year. I was, last time I made this video, using the Mavic Pro. I now have a Mavic Air 2. Image quality, video quality is much of a muchness with the Mavic Pro, but this is super small, lightweight, batteries last longer. It's actually been a really, really great upgrade for me. So I'm loving it at the moment. Again, I'm not using, the more and more commercial work I shoot, the less time I have to shoot for fun, for Instagram, and the less I'm actually using a drone. So that drone, in terms of its size and its capabilities, is actually perfect for me. Moving on to all the little bits and pieces that I carry in my camera bag. In terms of audio, I've got a Rode Micro sitting on top of the camera right now, recording this, and I use these little guys here, the Rode Wireless Pros. And I also have a lab that attaches to those. I have a GoPro. I don't use it a lot. I carry it all the time though, just in case. It's the Hero 7 Black. Still the same one I've had for the last year. Have had no need to upgrade. I always carry a couple little LED panels. Now these are the Explorer Aura RGB panel. It's super small, lightweight. You can adjust the white balance on it. You can use it in your normal LED light or red, green, blue. I'll link all this stuff in the description below as well if you want to check out links or check out anything with a little bit more detail. But this is something I use when I'm shooting a food video. Because it's so small and lightweight, you hardly know it's there, so it's always great to have in there just in case you need that little bit of extra light. Shooting food as well, when I do shoot artificial light, I just use one speed light. I have a trigger. I have to carry around obviously a stand, and I use a little umbrella with that. But this is a, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, but a Yunyo. I will link it in the description below. These are super cheap. I got 2 of these with a trigger for, I would be surprised if it was over $100. So this has been really great, and I shoot all my food photography with it. The last thing I want to tell you guys about before I wrap up this video is the latest addition to my bag. Since I've been shooting more video, I have needed to invest in a couple of good quality ND filters, and I've gone with the Freewell ND variable filters. I bought the 2-pack, so it's got a 2 to 5 stop and also a 6 to 9 stop variable filters. So they screw on, and what's really cool about them is the actual lens cap is magnetic. So these have been a really great little addition since starting to shoot a lot more video. I haven't yet tried them out shooting landscapes or any other sort of photography, but I will definitely get to that. So that's it. I wanted to wrap this video up nice and quick. A couple of changes to my bag, the biggest one being going from the 5D4 to the R5 as my main camera. Other than that, I've kept things pretty similar. Maybe in the next year, we'll be upgrading to a few RF lenses. If you enjoyed this video, help me out with a like, a subscribe, and as always, thank you for pressing play.